to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me. You ain't all your expectations. I don't even want your congratulations. I recognize your false confidence and calculated promises all in your conversation. I hate people that feel entitled. Look at me crazy cause I ain't invite you. Oh, you important, you the moral to the story.
Hello, everyone. So, an animated series dropped on Disney Plus, Eyes of Wakanda. Now, say what you want about Marvel these days, but Marvel's animated series been alright. Okay, that's for me. Cause look, I enjoy Marvel's What Ifs. I have not watched the Spider-Man series, but I did. I definitely enjoyed X-Men. Definitely enjoy X-Men '97. So I had to jump on this one, and they're doing a good streak with these good animated series. How you feel, CT?
Yeah, I mean, this one was dope. I watched Spider Man. That one was dope too. I like how everything kind of feels connected to the MCU, even though it's not like live action. So like they are telling some MCU stories through animation, and that's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't done anything that I didn't like yet. They still not as good as DC animations. Like DC be killing them when it comes to the animated movies and stuff.
I didn't realize how much animation DC actually had
Yeah,
until it's like this one channel. I can't think of the channel, but they was doing like a marathon for like the whole Superman weekend of all the DC animated series and movies and stuff. I was just like, okay, this is they really kind of in there with the animation stuff. I've been
yeah,
sleeping on DC animation, but they have a lot there.
yeah, a lot more than freaking Marvel. Marvel had their hits and misses with DC. Just been mad consistent with
Mm-hmm.
animation, but this one is dope. I like Eyes of Wakanda. The first episode was alright, but everything after that was dope. The whole
And
War Dog. It's basically just like I guess you can call it an anthology series. I mean,
but they're all connected. That's what, because I went into it blind. I didn't know like what to expect from the series. Like I was just kind of like taking it as it was coming to me, and I'm just like, oh, okay, these are like they're spies here, and each episode is telling a different story and a part of history. And then we get to the last one that you notice that they're all like still linked together though. So I love the way that they were put together in that aspect. Y'all should have gave us more than 4 episodes though. I know y'all could have
yeah,
squeezed out at least 2 more.
yeah, it was a short season. I mean, it could have been an animated movie.
Yeah, and just did
You
an
know,
anthology movie.
yeah, yeah. That just, I mean, all the stories circle back around to the future story. Yeah, that would have been. I mean, it's basically that anyway. We all binged the shit.
I know. It was like, oh, it's only 30 minutes. Keep the next one rolling. Just keep it rolling. But this was a solid animated series for people who like animated series, anime, that kind of thing. Like you need to go ahead and watch Eyes of Wakanda because it really was good. And go in blind like I did. I literally did not know what I didn't know what I was walking into with this series. I thought it was just going to take place about, I don't know, just adventures in Wakanda. I don't know. But I was pleasantly surprised at this part of the story that they were telling, that we were getting hints of with the movies, because Nakia is a war dog, and so is
Yeah,
Killmonger's dad in Jobu.
yeah.
So we kind of got to see a little bit more about what
Ugh.
they do and their origin story. So I enjoyed that aspect, giving us something I didn't expect. So we start with the lion here, the first I guess villain of this series, who is an ex war dog who
Yeah,
decided to kind of branch off on his own, which is kind of what Killmonger was trying to do.
I mean,
Exactly.
what Killmonger's pops did pretty
Yeah,
much,
he was
even
trying
though
to.
it wasn't on no villainy, like because the
Mhm.
lion was a straight villain,
Yeah.
but it's just it's wild to see like how when they leave Wakanda, how they're corrupted by the outside world. But like at the same time, we'll get to it because at the end of this first episode, Nakati, the lion, he kind of explains how Wakanda made him feel like oppressed or like he couldn't think for himself. It was all this, everything was set in stone for him. He had no choices, and like the outside world was freedom. So he had like a twisted view on that because he was like rebelling against Wakanda for his own freedom. At the same time, he was putting people in chains. Like,
The way everybody else freedom.
yeah,
Like how you want to be free, but the price to pay is making everybody else not free.
yeah, man.
Where
Like, that
is
was,
the logic in that
yeah,
aspect?
he was a straight hypocrite. But yeah, like, and the thing that got me was like, we always knew Wakanda was more technologically advanced than the rest of the world at all times because the asteroid that hit that region of Africa happened before like humans even existed. So the moment they settled that land, they were more advanced than every civilization ever. And I do like how they show us like how that impacts the outside world because if that technology gets outside, like during this time or during the time of like ancient Greece, you totally change history. You know what I'm saying?
So I didn't blame them for like not telling outsiders about the vibranium
Vibranium,
because
exactly.
everybody didn't need to know at this point in time because and people weren't even close to being caught up to where they were.
Yeah,
Because it's
like that's
like
what it
you're looking
showed
at
the world.
Wakanda when the episodes, I'm thinking, they're in Wakanda, so we're used to seeing things look advanced, and then when you notice that this is like, oh, this is a period piece, this is like way way back in the day, because
Way
everybody else is kind of like,
in
oh,
huts and shit. Yeah, like
oh,
yeah, and it's crazy. Like, and this is why I feel like, and I hate to get political right at the beginning of the video, but like how the naysayers, the people who hate Wakanda, they hate the depiction of Wakanda, is because the idea is these black people had this advanced technology and they did not take over the world. Like they're better people than the white people who actually this goddamn Britain.
it's like you can have power and mind your own damn business.
Yeah, your own damn business. It's like that's where the resentment comes from because it's just a tale of these people are better than y'all and they just happen to be black.
And like they were able to rein in on most of their people because even though they had some rogue people like the lion who was just like, well, we do got this power so I can take over the world, but you alone are not, you're not bigger than the group, David Ruffin. Like just because you want it to be this way, you're not bigger than everybody else. And we have our structure for a reason because we know better than they do.
Yeah, exactly.
So we meet Noni, who wanted to be part of the Dora, but she don't listen and she don't
Yeah,
do well with authority. And so it's like, well, we know you have skills and abilities. You might not be a good team player, but you got something there. So I need you to be the one to go out and and go, because basically what they were doing was making sure that vibranium is not out to the free world. I don't
yeah,
care if it's the size of your pinky toenail. Don't nobody need to have it.
yeah,
And if it's out there, it needs to come back here.
yeah. So they sent her basically to like recover the vibranium, and like she knew it was a guy who was like taking over parts of the world with using vibranium, and she was there to like stop him and confront him and take him back along with the vibranium. And but she didn't know that he was a war dog. He was a war dog prior to like all of this. And this was like her test to be in the door because she can't follow orders. She has like a strong will of her own. And the Dora Milaje, they're very
Structured.
yeah, very yeah, and yeah, they're strict. It is like they're basically the king's guard, so they have to follow his every command. Like, so they can't have somebody like her with the mind of her own, pretty much. And she's very headstrong. So this is like her test to see if she can follow orders, basically. So yeah, and
She said,
it's crazy how capable you are with just a little bit of vibranium. Like she had some daggers, and that was it.
they said it don't take that much. That's
It
why we
don't
got to
take
go
much.
get a little piece of it back. I don't care. Every tiny little ounce of it need to be here in Wakanda.
Yeah, and this was like I did. This wasn't my favorite episode, but this was the part that I really liked. Was like when she finally confronted the lion, and he gave her the whole spiel that he used to be a war dog, and she didn't know. And it's like y'all trust. Like his whole perspective was y'all want people like the Dora to follow orders and trust Wakanda wholeheartedly, but y'all keep secrets from them. Like y'all don't tell them the whole story. So it's like, why is this trust one sided? You know, and that was his whole thing was he felt trapped by that, by having to go on these crazy, almost suicide missions and not have the whole story, not be told why and the importance of what he's doing, just follow orders. He resented that, and her personality lines up with his. So this whole back and forth they had a conversation before they had a fight.
Because he was like, come on.
Yeah, he was like, "Yo,
It's
join what I
fun
got
over
going
here.
on."
We have
But
cookies.
and he kind of read her too, like that she is like him, because she is like rebellious. Like that's her whole reason for being here, to prove to the Wakandans that she can follow orders. And he was playing on that. And in the end, she chose to stick with Wakanda and do her mission. But because I feel like the way it ended, because of this experience between the two of them, that she kind of she knew she couldn't be Dora. You know what I'm saying? Like she knew she couldn't, because she had questions, and she wasn't just gonna follow the their commands. And being a war dog gives you that freedom
Mm-hmm.
to kind of do things your own way. So this was like the introduction to us seeing how war dogs are created. And it's kind
Mm-hmm.
of, you kind of get like war dogs are more along the lines of free thinkers in Wakanda. And I mean, it's when you get back to
But
like
still,
Killmonger,
loyal to Wakanda.
yeah, they're
But
still loyal, but they have a freedom of like discretion that a
mm-hmm.
lot of other Wakandans don't have. What goes back to like Killmonger's dad, like he was a war dog, he had that freedom of discretion to think differently from how Wakanda set him to believe, and he formed his own ideology because of that. He became another version of like Nakati the Lion, so a modern day version. And his whole thing was these white folks is doing a lot of bad stuff to these black people.
We're gonna get more into Njobu though, because there's like remnants of the first movie Black Panther all throughout this, because I got some connections that I was making as well. But we got Noni deciding that she might not fit into the Dora, but you always gonna find your tribe somewhere. And she made a great war dog though.
Yeah, yeah, and I dug it. I like how the first episode introduced us to like the concept of them, gave us more of a backstory of what they do and why they do it. So that was cool, but it was kind of like the slowest episode for me. Everything
Yeah,
after that was dope.
we
Like,
had to. Sometimes you got to get into you know we got to get like the depiction of the story that they're trying to tell
yeah,
in the beginning. And I think that was a good way to kind of introduce, because I was having trouble following along because my ADHD. It took me to watch this episode literally like 3 times before it like boom it hit me. But then like after this episode, like I got the rest of them just like that. I had to get the setup first.
yeah,
They had to do some world building there, but like once you get the point, like you're ready to roll on to the next. And by the time they got to this one, I'm like, oh, are we going into like historical background of stuff? Like,
yeah. This
I was like, because like they don't explicitly like when you listening, I'm like, Troy,
Like I
Bruce, Achilles.
like I knew up when I saw them do the whole Odysseus thing and him making the plan in the beginning, I was like, okay, this is from the Iliad, that Homer story or whatnot. And
Mm-hmm.
I instantly knew when it came on that whoever the Wakandan agent was in this story killed Achilles. I already knew it because like in the Iliad, it's an unnamed warrior that kills him. Like he's lost the time. Like nobody knows like in the actual story. So it's like it fits perfectly. This dude from Wakanda killed Achilles.
That's a brilliant storytelling.
They did. They put their foot in that shit.
So Memnon, going under this alias of Memnon, is kind of like he's been there 9-10 years. This how long he been there to get a necklace
A necklace. But
of
that
vibranium. Like
joint
they
had
on Wakanda was not playing about their vibranium.
but
They don't play.
that necklace was not. You saw what it could do.
They was just like, we don't take chances. He had to sit there and be still for 9 years before he could actually get to the target of what he was doing. And so him and Achilles became like besties. And Achilles was actually like taking up for him because other people be like, I mean, is everybody actually like really y'all here for the cause? And he's like, yeah. And some people was
Yeah.
like,
Well,
I don't
it's
know.
because he was an outsider. Like he
Yeah.
wasn't from Greece, and they knew that. But Achilles trusted him because he was like, bro, done saved our lives countless times. Like, I mean, like he's been in lockstep with us through every single battle. Like, what are y'all? Why are y'all questioning him? But the crazy thing is, they was right because he had ulterior motives. Like, he definitely had ulterior motives.
But see, it wasn't what they were thinking though. Like he wasn't like a spy though,
Yeah,
trying to
they
take
thought
y'all
he was
down. He was
working
just
for
like, I'm trying
sure.
to get something that y'all know nothing about. Like I can't tell
Yeah,
y'all that part. Like I ain't here to hurt y'all, but like at the end of the day, I need my vibranium.
yeah, and I mean it's wild that Helena Troy had the vibranium. This whole story was crazy to me, especially since like I liked the Iliad in college. I actually read it. I mean, we had seen like countless movies. You've seen Troy and all that shit, but actually reading it is hilarious. Like, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it because it's a big ass book, but
If you pay attention in literature class in high school, they give you a few passages of it in your
they do give
textbook.
you a few.
Just pay attention when that part comes up, okay? It's in there.
Yeah,
Some of y'all be
definitely.
sleep in literature class. But like that's what it because I hadn't like read the full book, but I remembered it from high school because I
Yeah,
actually paid attention in class. But
yeah,
this was funny how they was like, why y'all was mad at the horse?
bruh. Like Trojans do have like they're known for like mounts or whatever. Like they have a whole thing with their army having like some of the best horse riders or whatever. And they have like a weird fixation on horses, even in the original story. So like yeah, when they pointed this out, like somebody done read this damn book.
They did their research. Like they
They
wasn't like
did.
they did their research all up and through here.
Yeah, and like Odysseus came up with this plan. The Trojan horse. Everybody knows the story, and they think that the Greeks left this as a reward for the Trojans winning the war, but really, it had niggas inside, and, and that's how they got through the wall or whatnot. So, and this when like the climactic battle happens, and this when Memnon uses the confusion to go find the necklace, the Wakandan, the vibranium necklace. So yeah,
And he did kind of leave it.
bro, he
It's
left the
always
city.
it's always funny in movies when somebody really like is like about to get their shit rocked and they look back and they look as you gonna help.
Bro
Nah.
was halfway up the stairs.
When we lock eyes to be like, so you see they coming after me, and you
Bruh.
kind of like you saw this and you still kept going. It's like, dog.
Yeah, and this is like right after he just defended Memnon from the allegations.
It reminds me of almost every zombie movie, like when y'all split apart and the friend about to get overtaken by a zombie horde, and maybe is you gonna come help me?
Yeah,
I mean, you already gone, my boy.
it depends on
So
how far go, y'all. Like,
I don't know
if
what you
there's
want me to
like
do.
no possible way, then no, fam.
Just like 28 weeks later, when old boy left his wife at that house,
Oh my god, yeah, exactly. There wasn't no possible way. Like,
he looked at her like, well, may the odds be
yeah,
ever in your
hey,
favor.
but I said come. That way he looked at her like.
That was betrayal too. We ain't gonna get started because y'all know I'll go all day long about 28 weeks later, and that man leaving his husband, that man leaving his wife in the house, and he took off running at full speed. She probably didn't even know he could run that fast. Found out that day, but yeah, watching your watching your loved one, your friend, your homie, your spouse just leave you. He left him for dead, pretty
He
much,
did because
and
he
it
was
was almost like he really didn't care at that point. It's just you literally looked like you was leaving him for dead, but you was just like, I need to go ahead and get this necklace though. So
I mean, he
the
needed a
mission.
distraction. He needed a distraction, But no, as the myth says, Achilles was virtually invincible. So he was alright. He survived.
He survived, but he wasn't no match for that vibranium because Achilles was like, now I know good and hell well you saw them trying to get me.
Yeah, he was like, "So you left me for this?" He
You
was
left
like,
me
"Why
for
would you
dead
leave me for
for
this
a
necklace?"
necklace, for a gold chain. You left me for dead for a gold chain. See, I
Yeah.
know all y'all black people just alike.
See, that's hilarious. You know what? That is funny though, because in the last episode, they had some moments of like racial undertones to what was going on. But in the first two episodes, like within history, there's no racial undertones, no racial identity. And it's because prior to like a certain point in time, you were known not by race, but by where you came from. You know what I'm saying? So
And
it's
your
like,
socioeconomic status.
yeah, and like in this one, when they had like suspicions of Memnon, it had nothing to do with him being black. He's in the all white army, damn near. It had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with where he came from, and they didn't know where he came from. So like I like how they actually showed that throughout time. But in this fight, I felt like Memnon didn't explain to Achilles enough. Because before the fight kicked off, he was asking them like, why are you here to collect this necklace, bro? Like, why is that a mission?
They
But
said secrecy above all,
I feel you,
don't
but he
nobody
could have
need to know.
de-escalated this a little bit better. Because in the third episode, bro de-escalates things a little bit better than Memnon did here.
He
Like,
probably could have, and he probably could have ignited that vibranium a little bit sooner and ended it a lot quicker.
yeah, he did that too. He wasn't trying to hurt him, but fucked around and had to kill him because this nigga was not stopping.
He was mad. I'd be mad too. If you left me for dead. Like, it's up.
I feel you. It felt so senseless. I was like, you could have better explained this.
It's
Y'all
up.
did not have to try to kill each other.
And more, when he nicked that ankle.
Yeah.
He nicked that ankle one good time. It was like, this all I need to do. Let me go sit down now.
You know,
Okay, we didn't have to go through this.
funny thing is, as a little kid, I would always think like, what did they call the Achilles before Achilles? Nah, seriously, what the I feel like it's a valid question.
What did they call the Achilles before the Achilles heel?
I'm saying, what did they call it before these niggas? Or was he named after it? Well, that's a terrible name because that's the only spot on his body that can like kill him. And you're named after it? Come on, man. Uh,
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell, Beyonce? What?
I am over to answer that question.
I feel like that's a valid question. I feel like that's very valid. Extremely.
If you are here, drop down in the comments and let us know if you have ever asked yourself this question, or you're like me and you are way too sober to even acknowledge the premise of where this would have came from.
I was a kid. I didn't do drugs back then. Yeah, episode 3 was the best episode.
For you, the only reason this the best, y'all, the only reason he think this the best episode is because his girlfriend is Chinese.
Oh my God, she is not Chinese.
What is it then? Then what is she then?
No, you worry about it. The best episode is number 3. Because Iron Fist.
Tiffany, if you are here, drop your ethnicity in the comments section.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, you're hilarious.
Don't try to tell me.
I am telling you. Because I damn know.
When I was watching it, I said, I bet you Charles would like this episode the best.
Hey, it's the best one.
I said, as soon as I realized that this black man was in love with this Chinese lady, this Asian
They
woman.
were in love, though. That was the whole point.
Yes, it was. He did love her.
They were playing each other, and they both said that. They liked each other, but they weren't in love.
Nah, that was love, because even if you stole something from me, I'm not finna come and risk my life all by myself to confront you just to get my stuff back. Like, she not only wanted to get her stuff back, she wanted to confront him about it.
She's the Iron Fist. Like, she knew he was up to something anyway. She was trying to figure out where he came from.
That was love, and he protected her even after that. Like, we got the vibranium back, but we gonna keep her secret as well.
That was like.
Well, you would know, wouldn't you?
Because she ain't Chinese and I'm not Wakandan.
So we got this introduction to Basha, who is a little cocky. He's like, I'm handling my missions and stuff. Like, I go and I handle business and stuff. All right. People look, Lee. These people love me, Lee.
Right.
So he's a little arrogant about his. Like, I get the job done. Okay. And I was wondering why he had this little ponytail, why he dressed like this. And I knew it had to do. I knew we was gonna bring it around. But yes, he was sent on a mission to recover a dragon sculpture that had vibranium in it. And now in that Chinese culture, around this time was time of the Ming Dynasty or whatever. And they had just like built up the Great Wall of China. So the China's doing pretty good for themselves at this point in time. But at the same time, he's like, y'all can't have my vibranium. I gotta go get it. But to do that, he goes and falls in love with this Asian lady
Oh my
to
god.
try to slide his way over there to the vibranium. And
Right.
now Ebo be trying to tell him you be doing too much.
I mean,
Like
yeah,
it don't
because
calls for all what you be doing. And when you came back in here acting slick, like you was moving real shady, like you slick walk in here and ain't really give us the full story.
it's because he wasn't supposed to bring anything else back but the vibranium, and he brought the whole statue because he couldn't steal the tongue. The statue was a dragon, and the dragon's tongue was vibranium, and he couldn't pull it out. Turns out he could have just asked somebody to do it for him and would have been all good. But but he's so rash. He just does things like off the cuff. So he stole that, comes back, bring the whole thing back, and everybody like, nigga, why you brought the whole?
Gonna have now there's gonna be some consequences and repercussions
That what
because you
bro
didn't
said
follow
you gonna bring a
protocol.
curse on Wakanda, yeah, because you didn't follow protocol, and that's kind of what happened.
Exactly. And I mean, it was a nice statue, but you can't be playing with these Chinese people and they artifacts and stuff. This was like on display. Like, you
Yeah,
don't think that they gonna know this is missing?
especially not in the MCU because they got powers and shit.
Exactly.
They
Like
got
you
powers and you got legends, and Wakanda ain't the only place with legends and myths and stuff.
exactly like this meant something to them, and you didn't think that they was gonna miss this and want it back some kind of way just because
Yeah,
you needed a piece of it. You gonna take the whole thing that they have probably a whole story wrapped around this dragon head here.
they
But
do.
no.
They got to do with the Iron Fist, but I don't get like. I mean, he barely tried to take the thing out. He kind of pulled it and wiggled it a little bit. It wouldn't come out, and he just grabbed the whole thing.
He wanted a memory of something because he loved that girl. You ain't it was love, okay? That's what it was.
Go steal from her entire culture.
He maybe he knew that if he took the whole thing, she might want to come back so he could like see one more time. He
He
was
did
just
not
like,
know she was the Iron Fist.
but he might have known that that might have been a connection to her or something like that. This gonna remind me of my Asian boo is
I
what
don't
he
think
might have
so.
been
I
thinking.
think that he's so like hell bent on getting the job done. He screwed protocol. It would have felt like to me because he didn't follow no rules. Like when he landed, he didn't even like log in his little ship thing. It's like that's how Shorty got on and got like into Wakanda because
And
she
was in
was
there whooping everybody ass because she said, I ain't no
everybody
bitch.
ass. She was whooping everybody ass. Like, God
She
damn,
said, I ain't got no backup. I ain't got nothing. I got me and these hands.
she's an Iron Fist, man. Like, but it's every Iron Fist I have seen on screen is better than the Netflix Iron Fist.
Was it Danny Rand? Y'all, damn, how he get catch a bullet just that fast?
Bruh. I hope they get a new actor because I think bro was just stiff. Like his kung fu wasn't convincing. There
So
was a
what basically what they said was what I heard was that when they shot Iron Fist, they didn't have enough time for him to fully learn
yeah, I heard that too.
the
He was
fighting
learning on the
styles
set.
and techniques.
Yeah.
So he was trying to rely on his chi more than his fighting style. But we all noticed that his hands wasn't where they needed to be. He was a little lazy fighter.
Hell no, because we see damn he right next to Daredevil. Like and Daredevil had hands.
But all
Only
he
thing
had, but
he had
that's
was
he said
neck.
Netflix said, okay, we just gonna rely on the fist. Okay.
Yeah, pretty
He got
much. And then he ran up against Elektra and got beat up. Like, come on, man. You supposed to be the Iron Fist. They showed a version of a past Iron Fist in one of the episodes, and he was better than the current.
he said, as long as I can punch people with this fist, don't worry about the rest of my fighting abilities. Okay. Once I pull this out, it's over. That's all he
Right.
was relying on. But she said this is the backup plan.
Yeah, because she had hands before this hand.
Exactly.
Well, Basha
Durrani said
was
this is all the backup I need right here.
like Basha and Ibu. Their plan was dope to get her to come. They knew she was going there, to the artifact room because they knew she was going after the dragon, and they diverted the rest of Wakanda's forces to the armory with that false alarm, so they could catch her themselves. Like they whole little plan worked, but it was like two fuck ups scheming their way out of a screw up. You know what I'm saying? And I
Exactly.
mean it worked. I did like her fight against Basha because like she was a much better fighter than he was, but he was way more resourceful. He knew how to use everything in that room because it was all Wakandan tech. So he
Hmm.
was on her ass with that shit. But she still
He
was
had
getting.
he had home court advantage.
He definitely did. He did.
Now, if they was anywhere else,
Oh yeah, she
the
was laid him
turnout would
out.
have, yeah,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have turned out the way that it did because he had to rely on that. He's like, okay, I
Yeah.
know what's in here. I know how to use these tools. I know how to work vibranium. But if she would have had him in the woods or something,
Yeah. Yeah. It would have been.
she
It
would have
would have
drug him
been.
all up and through
Yeah.
that place. So yeah, they was trying to figure out like who duped who. Like she
Exactly.
don't know she don't
Because
know
they
that's a
was
war
playing
dog.
each other. They was playing
And
each
he
other
don't
from
know
the
that that's
start.
Iron Fist, but they just like, we gonna see where this is gonna go.
Yeah, he was using her to get into the village. She was allowing him to use her because she knew he was after something. So they was duping each other, man. That's why I say it was some light there. Because even when they confronted each other at Wakanda, he was like, he thought she fell for him, and she was like, "Negro, please."
It was still some love there. Okay, they
Right.
was pulling them punches.
They weren't fighting each other as hard as they could possibly. Sure, but I mean, by that time, they both realized it was more of a misunderstanding than anything. Like, this is when they finally had a chit chat.
And she was just literally like, I didn't even have to come all the way over here. Like, all you had to do was say that.
Yeah, like all you had to do was come to her and say, "Hey, I'm trying to find this thing in one of y'all statues. It don't belong to y'all. It was one of our things." And she was like, "Okay, cool. I can get it for you." And she used her powers to pull it out. So they had
Wasting
a
time is
whole
what he
breach of
did.
security. Wakanda had a whole intruder and shit, all because he couldn't trust nobody. Like, and that's the whole thing. He too rash. His personality is just is
Because
him
he
first.
was Mr. I think I know everything.
Exactly. At all times. And Ibu told him that. But Ibu always had his back. His homie always had his back the whole time. But he knew bro was like,
Just how y'all always know y'all got a homeboy that's a screw up, but y'all still hang out with him anyway.
oh my God. I ain't got one of those. All my homies doing big things. Oh man, this part was so funny to me when they told a lie. They lied about the whole situation. Talking about it was Ibu's plan to cause a security breach to see how ready they were, just in case one happened. And he was the person with the mask on.
And the plan didn't sound a lick of believable, but he didn't have any proof otherwise.
He didn't have any proof otherwise.
It's like I can't quite put my finger on it. Like the story it flows the way you saying it, but the math is really not mathing. But
Cause I know
I don't
y'all
have
be
no
y'all be
receipt.
up to, cause they be up to stuff. And bro, though they be up to stuff all the time. These two screw ups. They actually pulled this off though, and they got bro a promotion because he was just a doc man, and now they talking about having him be a war dog.
See, it worked out in the end. There was a
Yeah,
lot of
in the
lying in there. I mean, now had it been a few years later and they had video cameras, then that whole thing would have went to shit. But
man, I wonder. Shit, they probably had cameras back then,
with the way they technology and stuff was set up, it
bruh.
probably just wasn't in certain places.
When dude was in Greece, ancient Greece, fighting at Troy, he was sending the Morse code message all the way to Wakanda.
Yes.
Like,
And what and Noni said, "Don't you bring your ass back here without the vibranium."
yeah, shit.
That's pretty much how that went. But yes, they had complete advanced technology before, way before
Yeah,
everybody. They had, aircrafts and vehicles before any of that took place. Like Wakanda was just like, we know how to mind our damn business and drink water. Maybe y'all should too. And then we get to the final episode of Tafari, the third son, which is also the name of an Ethiopian prince, Tafari. Now, by this time, we're in the 1800s. He's the third son, which he knows, like, look, I don't have claim on the throne, but I still need to be something though. Like I can't be out here being Prince Tafari and I don't and I can't be the king. I can't be the Black Panther. I can't be nothing. But I still got this title. Like y'all need to know my name too. Like y'all gonna know my brother's name, which is kind of what Killmonger's dad in Jobu was like, because T'Chaka was, in line
the
for the
oldest
throne.
brother. Yeah,
And he's like, okay, well, since my brother is the king and the Black Panther, what am I? What can I do to contribute so that people can know me, so that I can help out, so that I'm just not seen like just this person? That's why he decided to be a war dog, just like Tafari here. Like, I need y'all to know me. Easter egg, the Watcher was in this episode.
I missed them.
It was like a shadow. It wasn't like sometimes like in the it's like when he's in shadow, because we know in like what ifs, like when we see like the Watcher, we know who it is. It
Mm-hmm.
was like right after they did the title of Eyes of Wakanda, and Tafari and what's his name was in the car.
Um,
That wide shot would
I
show
can't
that
think
showed
of
them
his name.
driving. It was
Uh,
his shadow up in the sky. It was like a blink of an eye. So the Watcher was in this episode, like just tying all of the MCU kind of together
oh,
in
this
that
together,
aspect.
yeah, yeah. That they, it's crazy. The Watcher only showed up in one live action movie. It was one of the Guardians movies where Stan Lee is out there talking to him.
I was just gonna say it had to either be Guardians or the Eternals. I was trying to figure out which one it was.
Yeah,
But yeah, so Tafari is just like, so I'm making a name for myself and get this axe, which was the mission that they were supposed to do.
yeah, and I
Uh,
recognized that freaking thing the moment I knew what it
mhm.
was the moment. Like that's that shit from Black Panther instantly.
But
Yeah,
old boy was
Kuda.
like, Kuda was like, it's getting too dangerous. Damn that. We just need to go out here and be safe. And he was like, we can't go home empty handed. He's like, okay, but empty handed or do you want to just like die?
Yeah,
And
it
but
was their
Tafari's
next
like, but
step
I can do
going with the
it.
Ethiopia, and that's what I was saying about how like race came into play at this point in history, because this is like as close to modern history as the series got, and the war was taking place in Ethiopia, and those guys were shooting anybody who was black because they thought they thought they were Ethiopian just because they were black people.
And they
So
had a
it,
prince, an Ethiopian prince named Tafari. So like, they was tying in little Easter eggs of history within this.
yeah,
But Tafari is just like, nah, 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 I'm gonna do something because in royal families, I mean, who know the third son? Don't we know the whoever's next in line for the throne? We don't know you.
yeah. And
We don't know the ones
Tafari's
down the line.
Tafari's a historian
Mhm.
by he's a scholarly historian and whatnot, so he knows like world history, Wakandan history, and you can tell that like history is like his thing, and just wanting to make history because he's so fascinated by it. Like he wants to be one of those people in the books that he studied before. You know what I'm saying? So, and he feels like because he is the third son, he is always going to be in the shadow of his brother,
Mhm.
no matter what history writes. So he has to do something extraordinary, you know what I'm saying, to get his name in the history books, like under his own merits, not
Mhm.
just the brother of the Black Panther or the king of Wakanda or whatnot. So yeah, he was obsessed with that, kind of
Yeah.
obsessive compulsive.
He needed that outdoor that outside external validation is what he needed. And so he said, we're gonna take this damn axe. Against advice until the last Black Panther hopped in here, which was a fire suit. And the suit made like actual like panther noise. Like it was like very like feral, but
Yeah,
very
yeah,
advanced in it. And I didn't expect it to be the point where we had another female Black Panther.
yeah, and that's crazy that she's the last. I wonder if they were like the last people on the planet, because would have been like 10 black women is the last people.
It's like, huh, we got to do every damn thing ourselves. Damn. Damn.
But now, so yeah, he collected the axe or whatnot against Kuda's wishes, because he was like, we need to go home. It's too dangerous. Bro got the axe anyway. So they're about to go back to Wakanda with the axe, and that's when Queen Anika, I guess it's
Which is funny because I saw somewhere that the voice actress is Anika Noni Rose, who is Princess Tiana.
who the heck is Princess Tiana?
The Princess and the Frog.
Oh, you know, I don't watch no damn Disney movies. I ain't seen the Disney animated movies since like Aladdin.
But do better. Do better. But
So yeah,
she comes and tells him like, look, wherever you got that from, go put it right back because
yeah,
this is gonna kick off a whole train of events.
yeah,
Like if you pick this up, this is gonna spark something that leads to the destruction that we're in now. And I'm trying to save us so that you all don't. I'm trying to make it so that y'all don't end up here where we're at, and so that things are better. You
yeah.
need
So
to put it back because if you put this
basically,
up, yeah,
it was like, yeah, like she was 500 years in the future. Some weird aliens came and killed everybody because Wakanda stayed in isolation in this country. Like they didn't help the rest of the world fight the aliens. They stayed hidden. And basically, that axe is the axe from the Black Panther movie that Killmonger takes from the museum, that he trades that axe, that vibranium and claw for a way into Wakanda, which results in him becoming the Black Panther, which results in T'Challa killing him, which results in them opening Wakanda to the rest of the world. And that prevents this shit 500 years into the future.
right. But right
Man, they
now,
work
but they're
that
saying
shit
yes,
around.
but like right now, we don't need everybody to know about us. But at some point in our history, we're gonna have to let people know.
Yeah.
But this is not the time.
I don't know. It felt weird to me because I am anti Killmonger. People love Killmonger. I don't know why. As a cat, you like the actor. As a character, Killmonger was dead freaking wrong. He
I
was dead wrong.
mean,
Dead wrong. He
he
was
went
100%
about it in the wrong way,
nah.
but
He was wrong. He was wrong because
the foundation was there.
the foundation was a lie. Because he wanted to take over the world, period, as a worldwide dictator. That's what he
But
wanted.
the
All that
foundation, and at heart, he just wanted to
no, all that
liberate.
other stuff was a cover for y'all to be like, yeah, yeah, he need to go ahead and do it. And once he in there, he ruling with the iron fist. Everybody would have been screwed. And I know this because he sent them weapons at the end of Wakanda. He sent them to the freaking sanctum cities, Hong Kong, New York, and London, and that is where all the magic users are. So he was trying to get rid of the only people on the planet who could stop him. He wasn't attacking governments.
Thinking.
No, he wasn't attacking governments. He told them that they were attacking governments to liberate people. He was attacking the wizards so nobody could stop him. So he was lying. He lied.
He said, "Well, y'all don't need to know all of that.
That nigga lied.
Y'all don't need to know
He
all
had
of
ulterior motives.
that." Well,
And
he
they were
was
all
still
for himself.
salty about finding his father being dead. He was
Yeah.
still salty about it. So he was still holding on. That's why, we need more therapists in the MCU, okay? Because that could have been solved within his childhood.
No, it got solved, right? Nah, dead ass though. T'Chaka was the problem, man. Because even though he killed his brother, he could took his nephew.
He
Like, why
did.
would you leave your nephew, fam? That makes no sense. That made no sense to me at
He,
all,
he sped right on past that little nigga playing basketball.
bruh. Little homie, look up, it just flying off. Like, why, nigga? Why? It made no sense to me.
And told Zuri, don't tell nobody.
Nobody. And Zuri didn't. He didn't tell nobody for the rest of his life until all hell broke loose.
But they had to we got a little Days of Future Past here with them showing them of what's happening in the future, trying to hold back these aliens who have taken everything else on Earth except for Wakanda, which was like the last stand. See what I did there? The last stand, the last stand against whoever is left. Which at this point, the way that Earth is set up, sometimes I think humanity. It's a whole other story.
What had it coming?
Not exactly. Sometimes I'm just like, we ain't got it right yet. We might not get it right. We might have to start over. But she said,
Yeah.
no, we can't do that. I'm going to trust that the ancestors is going to do the right thing. And she left it in the hands of her ancestors. And he said, we got to do the right thing. Like, he said, I know I want my name, but like, this is even bigger than me coming home with the vibranium. I'm actually like saving the world.
Yeah, but the
In
crazy
his mind, that was
thing
even
is,
bigger.
but the crazy thing about it is, like, once he pulled it off, he realized he couldn't tell nobody.
Right.
Because, like, that's the only way that acts to get found by Europeans, and then it'll be used by Killmonger in the future to get into Wakanda. Like, that's the only way that would happen is if he did this without telling anybody. And then he said that he failed the mission, and he kept the blame off of Kuda, saying that he was the one that wanted to come back because it was too dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And like that, like it showed a lot of character growth in him from being that person who was hell bent on being like a shining star in historical context to like being the person who saved the entirety of the world and nobody can know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you care more about actually the lives of these people you're trying to impress, like, do you just want them to be impressed by you, or do you actually care about humanity? Do you care about your ancestors and your family, and do you care about your descendants, the people that's coming after you? Because if you would have had that in the moment gratification, you wouldn't have no descendants anymore. So for his young age, he had to grow up in the moment real quick, and there's nothing to force you to grow up like one of your descendants coming to you from the future to tell you to go put it back down. And when a black woman tell you to do something, you need to go ahead and listen.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Just go ahead and listen to it, big dog. And because he made that sacrifice and trusted his descendant in that moment, is where we end up at the very end with Killmonger finding that same axe in a museum where it was later found and probably traded several times amongst several countries and communities until it ended up in America, to where he's like, all right, I know what that is. I know who that belongs to. And now I need to do what needs to be done. And this is kind of what helped kick off him actually setting the prophecy forth.
Yeah, so the only reason why T'Challa made the decision to open Wakanda's borders was because Tafari put the axe back.
There you
Basically,
have the wraparound,
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
which was dope. That was dope. I dig it. People are saying like it kind of impacts T'Challa's legacy. Like, I mean, for me, it doesn't. Like, he made the decision based on the circumstance because that's who he was as a person. The circumstance created the opportunity for him to make that decision.
Exactly. It had to be those polar opposites
Yeah,
because he T'Challa had to be who he was in order to not be in agreement with his cousin.
and to be open to opening Wakanda, like
And to
he
see,
was.
like, I don't want to make the same mistakes of my father and my uncle and all of
Yeah,
these people. Like he had to have the knowledge and the heart enough to say, okay, this may have worked back then, but our cousin, it was right about that little bit that we can help people at the end of the day. Like he was right about that. Like we can help people.
it
And that's what kind of set it forth.
just like all Wakandans, he is there's an ulterior motive there because it's the lack of involvement with the outside world that almost destroyed Wakanda. So like leaning into Wakanda being on the world stage was an act of protection for Wakanda.
Mhm.
And then they realized at this point being isolationist worked against them.
Mhm.
So like there's always, even no matter how like moral the Wakandans may come off, they always have an ulterior motive. Like there's always something else to it. You can never just 100% trust the Wakanda. That's hilarious to say. But I mean, even as a black person who's not from there, you can't 100% trust the Wakanda because it's Wakanda first.
Mhm. Mhm. You still gonna get out of there. But you still you can't stay for long. It's like Bucky. All right, you healed. Now take your ass home. Riri,
I think
Riri, you done caused enough problems. Okay,
I
the queen
saw
is
this
dead because of your
video.
ass. We got you together. Now you can take your ass back home
I saw
too.
this video of them talking about how Bucky a fake ally, like how the Wakandans got him back to normal, and he didn't even show up at the T'Challa funeral. And then,
He wasn't invited.
but then they was talking about how like right now he beefing with Sam over the name Avengers because Sam about to sue them because they call themselves the
Mhm.
Avengers. And so they beefing, but this is after he convinced Sam to become Captain America. Like, like, bro, what's going on, man?
Bucky would have stayed in Wakanda if they would have let him. They told his ass to get out of
He
there.
probably would have.
He was just fine. He would have stayed. He didn't want to
Everybody,
do all that. They healed him, and they he got some therapy. They did some holistic wellness. He was at peace over
yeah,
there. He really didn't
he
want
ain't
to
have
leave.
to.
Talking
Yeah,
about if
he
he
ain't
didn't
have
come
to
to the
fight
funeral,
nobody.
he wasn't invited.
He ain't have to fight nobody. They could have invited the dude. They could have invited some of the Avengers.
This was a
Like,
closed ceremony.
clearly,
This was a closed
clearly, y'all had
ceremony.
just got done saving the world together, saving the universe together.
I don't want everybody at my ceremony.
If y'all say the universe together, the whole universe. It's literally what happened.
It's Wakanda forever, and that's just what it is. It's Wakanda
Man,
forever.
man.
That's just how it is. If you have made it this far, make sure you hit like. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We got a lot more content to check out. We just did Fantastic Four. There's a review up for Together. We did, what was it? Ironheart and The Last of Us, 28 Weeks Later. Upcoming, we'll be doing Weapons. I'll be doing him. We did Superman. So just make sure y'all stay tuned by hitting that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. And just because it ended with my boo, I'm going to leave y'all with something special.
Oh my God.
I put it all on her, I get it right back. She put it all on me, I couldn't fight that. She love when I put on it when it's time back. You know it's hard to get up out it, I get sidetracked. Shake something, left, right, control it. You know who to call if you're on it, right on it. Green light me,